So is ChatGPT making us dumber as a society? With all the new chatbots like Copilot for Microsoft, the Meta AI, Apple Intelligence, ChatGPT, which are text-based versions of AI. There's also stuff like Invideo AI, which is made for video editing, where you can ask it to do something and it will create a video based on those scenarios. So is it actually making us dumber, or is it making our lives better? And the answer is yes and no, right? And you have to take it at fact of how it is. You have to know how to responsibly use the chatbots and the AIs to make your work better, faster, but also learn from it. So I use ChatGPT for programming. I use it to make PowerPoint. I use it as a tutor. And I use it to just make my life easier by outputting tasks faster, better, and in a better time frame. So when it comes to doing, for example, a PowerPoint, I ask it, how can I make it better? This is what I'm talking about. What can I include in the slides to make the presentation even better and relay all the facts to who I'm presenting? Same thing when I do programming. If I don't understand something, I use it as a tutor. I ask it, how do you do this? Can you explain it to me? But the problem is, I feel like a lot of kids these days are not doing it this way. And even adults, they are blindly just throwing in the question, can you do this for me? Copying the answer, and that's it. There is nothing happening in between. There's no learning, there's no understanding. It is a pure blind copy and paste. And this is where I feel like we are getting a dumber society. Yes, I understand this makes your work faster and better. It improves how you do your work, and it makes you finish things faster. Your boss is happy about how you do it, and you get your work done in a timely manner. But the problem is, we are not learning from the chatbot. We're just purely copy and paste it. If you're going to use an AI of any sort of kind, I would suggest that you go about it this way. You ask it how to do something. You ask it to do something, and not just plainly copy and pasting it, you learn from it and ask it questions. So for example, if you're going to type in, how do you do this in Python? How can I make a program? If it spits out a program for you and it gives you all the steps and all the code, I guarantee you it will work from first try. But you might not actually understand what's going on. So to go back to understand it, you should go back to the chatbot and say, can you explain line by line how this works? If you still don't understand it, say, I still don't understand. Can you explain this and more? And this is the reason I think we have to be very, very cautious of how we use the chatbots. Because if we just do a plain copy and paste, in about 5 to 10 years, we won't actually know what we did. We just know we got it done and it worked because something did it for us. You can think of it as a form of cheating. You can hire somebody to do something for you, you learn nothing from it, and 5 years down the line, you will be in the negative. You will have no idea what's going on, and it just won't be beneficial for you. And that's I feel like how the AI bots are kind of being used these days. So my recommendation as a society is to take these opportunities and talk to these chatbots. Use them as personal tutors. Tell them how to teach you so you actually understand the material that you're doing. Never blindly do it. I've gotten into that situation where I just do a copy and paste, and I have to catch myself to make sure I don't do that. While a lot of kids these days, since they're very new to chatbots and Google, and they've not known encyclopedias and libraries and taken the time to actually learn repetitive tasks to get them better and make themselves better, they just blindly type it in. So for anyone who's listening, I truly recommend, if you're using a chatbot like ChatGPT, Copilot, Meta, Invideo AI for video editing, actually tell it to and ask it, how do you do this? How would you do this? And so on. So when it comes to us as a society, if we want to outsmart ourselves and outsmart the bot so that it doesn't take our jobs, we want to take the time to learn the material and not just copy and paste. Yes, I understand it's very easy to say, how can you do this? Please write me an essay, do this. But in the end, you are the loser if you don't take the time to learn it. So to make sure we don't become dumb as a society and we actually use the chatbots correctly, we have to take the time to learn. And this is kind of my key point. Our society can only become smarter if we know how these bots are used, if we use them correctly to gain more knowledge and improve our efficiency. But if your only task is to improve efficiency without actually learning, in the end, it will be a negative. So let me know, what do you think? Is it better to just copy and paste the answers from the chatbot like ChatGPT, or should you take the time? Give me a thumbs up if you believe taking the time to learn is worth it. And if not, tell me why not, and why do you think it won't matter from 5-10 years from now? In my opinion, when it comes to doing my work, yes, I use it to do my work and I use it to assist me to do my work, but I make sure I learn from it. And that's how I'm going to keep doing it. You want to always keep learning and not just have somebody doing it for you. And this is kind of what's happening these days.